Damian Tucker here with DT Motorsports. This is the new YZ250 prototype. A lot of people have been asking me some questions about this thing. So, as far as the build's concerned, it's almost identical to the 450 car model. Most of the parts are the same. The airbox I'm still working on. It didn't quite fit with the YZ boot, so I just cut the front of it out and stuffed the YZ filter in there. That's what I'm running right now. I gotta get the subframe mounts laser cut and broke. They'll be ready to go. Swing arm, all the other stuff's the same. It uses the 06 to 09 19 eye-to-eye shock. This thing weighs 281 pounds with gas in it. Look at that thing right there. It weighs the same as a 200X, but it has a YZ250 in it. The forks, unfortunately, look like they need to be shortened 2 inches. I'm gonna have it done to mine. You do not need it done though. It rides great the way it is, but I want my suspension set up perfect. So, the weather's not cooperating, but we're gonna go for a ride today. We're gonna take out the old 200X to compare to this newer YZ before I cut the forks. So, let's put some rain gear on and see what happens. Damian Tucker here with DT Motorsports. This is the 2007 prototype YZ250 build. I used most of my YZ450F kit, so the swing arm fitment's the same, clamps are the same for 06 to 12 for YZ250s, front adapters, axle, all of that's the same, chain slider, foot pegs are the same, subframe mounts are going to be different. You have to cut the shrouds right here a little bit to clear the clamps. So this thing rides really well, but it has a little more rake because the way that this frame design is, when you turn it into a three-wheeler, the forks are a little bit too long. So you can either run a smaller front tire like a 22, which I don't really like doing, so I'm gonna pay CM Racetech a suspension outfit to shorten my forks 2 inches, and I'll have a ride report after that because maybe 1 inch is key, but I did a lot of measurements. I think 2 inches will be great. I'm running a stock YZ450 rear shock, 06 to 09. The airbox doesn't mate up just like the YZ450F mates up. So I cut the front of the box out and then I put the YZ filter in there. I took it out of the dirt bike box. Other than that, this is a different throttle body to use. This is a blaster throttle body off the 200cc two-stroke four-wheeler. The reason I had to do that is because if you use a YFZ 450 or 450R throttle body, it has a 1/4 inch less of throw. Throw is from here to here, the distance it pulls the cable. So the slide wasn't opening the whole way in the carburetor. I also used a YFZ 450 cable, which I had to cut the end down to match the YZ cable, the little end on the cable. So then you got to change the thread from a fine thread to a coarse thread in top of the carburetor if you want a thumb throttle. So I just bought the correct tap, I tapped it, cable thread in, everything works perfectly. It's pretty straightforward. It's definitely a lot easier than the EFI 450 build. That one's going to take a couple other elements which I've already described. So yeah, stay tuned for more. My ride got cut short yesterday, so the footage, I don't have a lot of riding footage yet, but I can tell you this thing in 4th gear, I pinned it, I was about to grab 5th, but it cut the tires loose and I drifted sideways all the way up the asphalt. This thing's pretty wicked. I miss the power band. I think this is my favorite bike right now. So yeah, I'll have more footage later on.